Boom, monkeys, and we are live. Welcome back to the Crypto Boogie channel. I am glad to be here. It's been almost a week since I've been here with, I think the last time I was here, I was on here with Black Label Expat. If you guys didn't check out that video, make sure you monkeys hit it up. That video is fire. We do have some alpha there on passports and how to freaking onboard crypto in foreign countries, especially South America. That dude's got a lot of experience, man. So make sure you cats watch that video. Today, what do we have today, man? We do have a couple tokens we're going to cover. We have to see which way Bitcoin is going. And we got the fragrance review of the day. And I've got a couple of freaking Boker knives I want to show you cats, believe it or not, man. Today, as you guys can tell, let me see, where's it at, man? I'm trying to get the tar off my hands. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? You can kind of see I got a little bit of tar on my knuckles right there. I was putting some freaking tar on the top of my freaking, on the roof of my house, since I did have some shingles that came loose with some high winds and stuff like that. So I ended up going down to the hardware store. And what do we cats do when we go to the hardware store? We end up going to the gun shop. We buy shit we don't need. Believe it or not, man. Some of that shit is even fucking knives or tools that we don't fucking need. But nevertheless, they still got a cool factor about them. We also have some memes. Tokens we're going to cover today. So you cats know ahead of time. We are going to cover Bitcoin. I do want to do a little bit of DOT. Of course, we are going to do both Pulse Chain, some Crow, ILV, and Fame. Now, the reason I'm covering majority of these tokens is because they are at a badass freaking price, if anything, man. You know what I'm saying? So I always want to show you cats which freaking tokens are at a good value so you guys get the most bang for your buck. And I've had people complain that, hey, man, you showing the damn freaking same video over and over again. It's not the case, bro. I'm trying to show you cats what are the best buys when I do go live, so you guys can see what you can ape into if you do have some dry powder. Of course, none of this is financial advice. It's only for educational purposes. But first and foremost, let's go on to the memes of the freaking day. How can I be so rude, bro? Let's go ahead and acknowledge the first moon ganger in the chat, Mr. Damian, Mr. Damien, Fire Diamonds. Hey, you got it, homie. And then we got my amigo here, Smooth Brain. Spread the sauce, dog. We got my other homie, freaking Karn, loving it. You know what I'm saying? Goes on to say, green candle yesterday, looking like the market is ready to rumble again. And we got my amigo Brownowski, yo. Today was actually kind of an interesting day, man. Dude, I've already killed 3 freaking rattlesnakes on my property. You believe that shit? Now, I guess that's a setback, man, when you live out in the country, bro. Especially in Texas and stuff like that, dude. 3 freaking rattlesnakes, man. I'd show you cats which weapon I used to pop the motherfucker. It was a 22 suppressed. But unfortunately, I can't show you guys live on air which weapon I used, man. But enough of that story. I thought it was just an interesting little take. By the way, guys, the fragrance I'm going to drop tonight is motherfucking fire, homie. It is motherfucking fire. I think it's probably one of the best fragrances I own, man, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the memes, monkeys. Let's move on to the memes. Let's see what we got today, man. Fucking Karn. Nature is a bitch. I concur, man. I concur, bro. I actually texted Kylo Tren a video of the video of me killing the damn freaking rattlesnake, bro. And he's like, "Why didn't you use a machete, bro?" And I was like, "Dude, I'm not getting close to that bitch, bro. I'd rather just use my 22, if anything, man." You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Let's move on to the memes. Let's see what the memes entail. Let's see. Where is my memes at, son? All right, cool. Let me just check this shit. Boom. Well, this one's not really a meme. It just shows you the hypocrisy of the federal government and the people in charge of us, or in charge of the United States. And this is none other than billionaire Ricardo Salinas. He calls out the world central bankers for committing the perfect fraud. Let's play this sucker.
Beneficia más a los que deben dinero. ¿Y quién es el que más debe dinero en el mundo? El gobierno. ¿Y quién fabrica el dinero falso? El gobierno. Esto es un fraude perfecto. Por eso les digo, los directores de los bancos centrales, la Christine Lagarde del Banco Central Europeo, es una defraudadora, es una ladrona. Hay que decirlo, es una ladrona, porque bajo su gestión se está expropiando el poder de compra de todos los europeos. El señor Powell, de la Reserva Federal, que en los últimos 2 años ha creado el doble de dinero del que había en circulación. Es un defraudador. Le está robando su dinero a los gringos. ¿A quién beneficia más?
Yeah, man. So this guy is basically just dropping the truth, man, as to what's going on. Now let's move on to a little bit of the funner side of shit. We got Kermit the Frog. No, I'm not going to cover Pepe today, but this is pretty damn funny, man. We got this fine ass Elvira looking chick over here, man. She probably Spanish. She looks like she got some Spanish in her, man. Let's play this sucker.
You, the one with the black hair, is your name Emerson? Oh, that's weird. It's Emerson big old titties, you know what I'm saying? You,
Oh my gosh, dude. Showing off his pickle and shit, bro. What else we got today, man? This is pretty this is not as funny, man, but wow, bro. He really puts it into perspective in this one. When your wingman hits God mode in the game, of course, these cats are at a club. Let's play this shit.
Right here. Yeah. Forget about it. It's an illusion. She's surrounded by stute fish. Stute fish? Yeah. When an 8 surrounds herself with less attractive women, make her look like a 10, man.
What are you talking about? She is a 10.
You make me laugh, Freddie. Come on, try this. All right.
What is
Now block everything out. Tell me what you see.
Why?
Well, okay, now watch this, man. Hot?
Right.
Nah.
Oh my God.
Hot? Nah.
Damn,
Holy
son.
shit. That's amazing.
If they alter that shit, man, for movie magic, wow, homie. Wow, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, yeah. Look who we got. Hey, look who we got here, Mr. Crypto Sloth. Yo, 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 yo. Hey, man, congrats, Sloth, man. I saw that you graduated, man, from your dental school, man. Hey, congrats, dude. Congrats to you, homie. I'm sorry I ruined your childhood, Kermit. You know what I'm saying? And then we got freaking Mucho Sablosos. Good morning, Boogie. All right, man. Let's hit up the motherfucking market. Let's see what the market is entailing, son. Let's see what we got. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, man. Hey, shout out to you too, freaking Sloth, man. Thank you. Hey, it means a lot to you. Hey, man, again, congrats, bro, on you becoming a dentist, bro. Dude, being that deep in crypto, bro, and then studying and doing all that other shit, man, dude, that's hard as fuck to do, man. So shout out to you, homie. You know what I'm saying? And then we got my other amigo here, Black Label Expat. What it do? What it do? Hey, guys, as I mentioned earlier, make sure you guys follow this cat here on freaking YouTube, man. He dropped some freaking major alpha on passports again, man. So food for freaking thought, monkeys. Food for freaking thought. Now, let us move on to the tokens of the day, man. Of course, born as motherfucking Bitcoin, son. Now, how cool would it be if Charlie starts calling it the same way, man? Born as fucking Bitcoin, bro. So, where is BTC right now? Current value is at about 65,924. We're about to cross over into 66,000. At least that's the way it seems. We are currently printing a little bit of a red candle. Of course, in my setup, it looks purple. Yesterday, I'm not really going to call this a GigaChat candle. It's more of a bullish engulfing candle, if anything, man. But it does seem that we are at approximately on a new cycle, bro. Because if you take this low that we had here on Wednesday, May 1st, you could see that we hit a low or a day cycle of about 42 days ballpark, man. So it's very likely, grab this freaking measuring tool over here, that we are currently on a new cycle and we're at approximately day 15 of a new Bitcoin cycle. That's what I'm noticing here on this chart. Now, I can pretty much eliminate these 15 days if Bitcoin does dump past here this value of mother freaking doggone 56,845. But if we were to do that, let me eliminate this bad boy, we would possibly, we're already at about day 57. So maybe day 70 ballpark. That would be May 29th. If we do end up freaking breaking this 42 or 43 day cycle, if anything, if we end up dumping that way, and we'd be around day 70 ballpark. But again, as stated, it does seem like we're about day 13 of its new cycle. If we activate our EMA ribbon, you could see that we've already broken above the EMA ribbon. And it was a little bit tight. Now, one thing that I am noticing on the EMA ribbon, it does still entail that we are slightly bearish a little bit, because you can see the red portions of the EMA ribbon are still here at the top and the yellow portions are at the bottom. So, I mean, we may end up coming retracing back down, but we got this badass area of support here of about 63,949. Now, one thing that I did discover, of course, I saw a major weakness here on the weekly, but let me show you cats what I mean. Let me put this sucker on the weekly so I can show you cats exactly what I mean. I did see some weakness here on the weekly as we came down, because as you guys can tell, we don't have a lot of support here in this area. So when we came down, I'm like, yeah, we don't have a lot of freaking support, and the next area of support would be at about 52,000. So if we broke past that, it did seem that we would come retrace down here to about 44. But I went ahead and I backtraced on the charts a little bit, and I drew up this green box. And if you look at it historically, we do still have a shitload of support here from the first time we topped up on 2021 for its Bitcoin cycle. Here at a value of about 57,578, another value of about 58,883, and of course the highest value 59,933, man. So I don't think we're gonna break past these areas of a range of about 60,000 to about 57,000. Something bearish, really bearish, has to happen in order for us to do that, if anything, man. Now, on the weekly, how does Bitcoin look with the EMA ribbon? And you can see that we are using this bottom box as a main area of support for our EMA ribbon. And the top portion of the EMA ribbon does make contact with this box. Of course, it is slightly higher at about 57,866. So, mind you, on the daily, Bitcoin still does seem a little bit weak, which may entail that for a couple of days we may end up dumping. But as you guys can see, this is the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, the EMA ribbon is pretty robust and strong. And it doesn't seem we're going to break past that. And it would have to take Bitcoin a lot of FUD, man, to break past this area, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, I wanted to come on board last week, and there was a lot of alpha going on with crypto, especially what Donald Trump had stated as to what he was going to do with Bitcoin. Now, I had this freaking video prepped for you cats. I'm going to see if I can bring it up today, man. He talks about NFTs and what he intends to do with Gary Gensler and things like that. I'm sure you cats already know about this stuff, but nevertheless, I do want to show you monkeys as to what's going on in the political realm, at least when it deals with cryptocurrency. Now, I understand this is not a guns channel. I understand this is not a political channel, but we do have to dive into politics every now and then to see how things are going to pan out, especially with the crypto market, if anything. So let me go and share this with you cats. We're going back over here to Twitter, see what this shit entails, son. Now, we got Donald Trump here talking about NFTs. Let's see what he says about them. I think this is the NFT video.
They are against it. The Biden doesn't even know what it. If you
No, this is not the NFT one. This is the crypto one. Let's watch what Donald Trump has to say.
they are against it. The Biden doesn't even know what it. If you ask Biden, sir, are you for or against crypto? What's that? What? Get me off the stage. He's saying, get me off the stage. No, he has no idea. But look, Gensler is very much against it. The Democrats are very much against it. And I say this, a lot of people are very much for it, probably a lot of the people in this group. And I'm fine with it. I want to make sure it's good and solid and everything else, but I'm good with it. And if you like crypto in any form, and it comes in a lot of different forms, if you're in favor of crypto, you better vote for Trump. They are against it. The Biden
He's saying that he is. There you go, cats. He is saying that he is pro crypto. Of course, Trump is a boomer, mind you. He may bring some regulation to crypto, if anything, some regulation we may not like. But nevertheless, it does seem a lot more bullish than anything the Democrats have or anything Joe Biden has, if anything. So this is him talking a little bit about NFTs. Let's see what he says.
You know, we did it when NFTs were not hot. Yeah. And we made NFTs hot again, right?
Yes, sir.
You know, we did it when NFTs.
There you go, cats. He is bullish on NFTs. He is bullish on crypto in general again. Now, for you guys that are keeping up with the political thing, as we approach November, I do have this I want to showcase for you cats. And this is, let me look at my history, man. Let me see if I can pull this up for you cats. Of course, I should have prepped this shit, but I mean, it's we can check it out, man. We could check it out a little bit. And I'm saying, let's see what freaking the political realm entails. Shout out to Tim Pool. Let's see, crush, yada 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 yada. Is this it? No, it's not this one, cats. I'll try one more time, monkeys. But pretty much, Biden, what he did, Joe Biden, he went ahead and he called out freaking Donald Trump for a debate. There you go. I found the sucker. We can watch a little bit of this. I mean, I don't want to freaking steal freaking Tim Pool's thunder, if anything, man. It is some fire what he's talking about, and I'm glad to see that they're going to end up debating, and it would not end up surprising me if the topic of doggone freaking crypto does come up amongst these two. Here you go. And of course, this is Tim Pool talking about this shit. Biden and Trump agreed to CNN debate in June, another face-off in September.
Following the news that Joe Biden had offered to debate Donald Trump, Trump accepted, and now Joe Biden has accepted. They both agreed to a June 27th debate on CNN. But here's the fun part, my friends. You know, it looks like they crafted the rules to make sure RFK Jr. cannot be on the debate stage, which I find hilarious. They put the polling threshold just slightly above where RFK is, so he won't qualify. But Joe Biden has some insane demands. No audience. Mics are cut off after the allotted time. It seems like this is all being set up for Joe Biden. But of course, you knew that. I think Donald Trump being so confident that he's going to win this debate and destroy Joe Biden, he's willing to agree to these terms. A debate with CNN, in my opinion, is, it's funny, I called it a debate with CNN because that's what's happening. Donald Trump will be debating.
Enough of that, cats. I don't want to take freaking Tim Pool's thunder, if anything. But you can see that they're going to end up having a debate. I think they've got 2 scheduled debates. Donald Trump wanted to do 4. And if they do end up doing 4, dude, you better believe that freaking crypto is going to be pretty damn hot. Now, mind you, a lot of politicians are not paying too much attention to crypto. But I think as the bull market evolves and as we approach November for the elections, dude, it's probably going to be a topic that they're going to talk about more and more, especially if it's one of the freaking headlines in the news, if anything, man. So food for thought. It may be something they do talk about. I think it's probably pretty damn important, especially the closer we do get to an election, especially if they do more than 2 debates. Of course, it is going to be on CNN. They're going to have no crowd there because they don't like the hissing and the booing and all that other shit that goes on as far as the debates goes, like when Trump freaking smoked Hillary. I do foresee Trump freaking having to take on CNN and having to take on freaking Joe Biden at the same time, but that's nothing new to him. I think he's going to do just fine, bro. Trump doesn't really debate. He argues, if anything. So let's see what that entails, man. And I'm sure it's going to have a lot to do with crypto, especially if they go into 4 debates, if anything. All right, monkeys. Since we did cover Bitcoin, let's go over to some DOT. Now, the reason I'm showing you, monkeys, DOT is because it is at a pretty damn decent value, especially since it is oscillating sideways. I do have it here on the daily. DOT's value right now is $6.96. Of course, we did end up freaking hitting this bottom here of about $5.98 here at about April 13th, if anything. But the reason I decided to mention DOT is because we're not up over here at $11, bro. We're halfway here through Elliott Wave 2 to 3. When we were rallying to the upside, which is pretty damn cool. Make sure this bad boy is on logarithmic. Yes, it is. And you can see that we're kind of oscillating sideways, if anything, before it ends up pumping to the upside. First area of resistance that DOT does have to compromise that I am seeing on the daily would be its own freaking immediate area right here, which would be approximately $7.51. Now, let's activate the EMA ribbon on this bad boy, and you can see that DOT does have some resistance, man, a decent amount of resistance, if anything. And you can see that even the 200 EMA ribbon is running straight into freaking the current value of DOT right now, so it may be at a decent price to buy. Or we could wait for another freaking dip. Now, of course, I haven't been measuring the 20-day cycles on this bad boy. Let's see if I can do a couple of quick ones here for you cats. let's start from here, man, because this is the best sure bet, if anything. We went from here to here. That was approximately 17 days. And then it does seem that on day 17, we are currently at about day 15, if anything. But we did have a little bit of a rally. And you could see that DOT is trying to crash to the upside and trying to compromise the 200 EMA and the freaking EMA ribbon. And the EMA ribbon is red on the top side and yellow on the bottom side, which is usually bearish. Now, let's take off all this shit and let's see what it looks like on the weekly, man. Let's see what the weekly entails. Now, what I am noticing on DOT on the weekly, now, I am noticing a little bit of a bear flag. And I like that because it gives us a possible buying opportunity, if anything. Now, as soon as I start drawing, all my drawings are going to pop up, but it is what it is, man. But you can see that we got a little bit of a bear flag right there, and that means we could end up crashing down here in the immediate time frame. Let's turn off all those drawings again, and the area I stopped at in the immediate time frame was this support area of about $5.71. I don't know what's going on with that right now. Maybe there's some bearish news out there for you cats that know. Make sure you guys drop it in the chat. But that's what I am immediately noticing on DOT. And it could be that we are heading to the downside of anything. Now, mind you, we did have a decent freaking candle today. Today, which was this one right here. And it's bullish engulfing. But let's see what that entails. Let's see if it can end up compromising that EMA ribbon I do have already drawn up there, if anything. So let's see what happens from there, man. DOT is one of those tokens, bro, that I did not get to DCA into. And I think holding a layer 0 is important, especially for the crypto space, because it's probably going to have a lot to do, man, with blockchains communicating with each other. And DOT is probably the premier one. Gavin Wood is the head of DOT and one of the former Ethereum founders, if anything. And this cat does go to Davos, man. So you know he is connected. And that's probably one of the safer tokens to hold of anything. Now, I understand DOT is not as exciting as possibly Illuvium or Solana. But nevertheless, if you want to have your portfolio a little bit diversified, DOT's not a bad one. And I personally do like freaking DOT. And I do like Cosmos as well, but I prefer DOT instead of Cosmos, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So now that we covered freaking DOT, I do have some toys I want to show you cats. I bought this bad boy at as stated, I went over to a freaking a tool shop or a lumber yard where they sell products, and they had some of these Boker knives, man. This is an OTF out of Boker. This one is called the Eagle D2 2.0. And it runs for about $98.85. Let me show this for you cats. I'm sure you can probably get it a lot cheaper, man, if you guys search for it somewhere. This is Boker in itself, and this is what the knife looks like. It is an OTF knife, and what I mean by that, you can see it's got that hole right there. It's at the front, and you could pretty much end up deploying the knife with the switch down here, and if you pull the sucker back, it comes back down, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Now, would I recommend this over a Microtech? Absolutely not. Microtechs are a lot more reliable, and I can see that this sucker will have a lot of problems, man, because I've had to pull the blade out from the sheet or from the scabbard. Okay, this time it worked, but you can see how it slips out a little bit. So I don't really recommend this one, and sometimes you have to pull the blade out so it stays locked out, if anything, cats. Don't recommend this one. I do have another knife I'm going to show you from Boker. And just give me a couple seconds. Let's move on to the next freaking token of the day that we're going to end up covering. The reason I'm doing this, cats, is because fucking TA is boring as fuck. I get it. Only certain types of nerds like this shit, and I'm one of them. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to go over to another couple tokens. Then we're going to show you the other blade I have over here, man. Then we're going to cover the freaking fragrance of the day. All right. Next token we're going to cover is none other than Crow. And one of the reasons I am covering Crow or Crypto.com is because it is a motherfucking great ass freaking value, dude. It is at approximately $12 or 12 cents and 56% of a penny, bro. Last time I had bought in Crow, last bull run, I actually got it at fucking 68 cents, dude. And it ended up going all the way up to 98 cents, dude. So, dude, Crow has a lot of potential. Now, one of the things that you do want to know about Crow, whenever you see Crow get back up to these levels over here, let me see if I can pull this sucker up. To these levels over here of about freaking, me see. I say anywhere here, man, around these levels of about 25 cents and up, bro, you're probably the rest of the retail has returned to the crypto market, if anything. That's what I've noticed about Crow, because Crow or crypto.com is one of those normie websites a lot of the normies like to use. So food for thought, monkeys, and Crow is at a badass freaking value. Now, the all-time high for mother freaking Crow is up over here at about 95 cents. And I bought this bad boy last time at about 16 cents, dude. So I made a decent amount of bank with this sucker, and I think it's probably going to do better this time. It wouldn't surprise me if this sucker runs up to $10, man. $5 to $10, if anything. Now, mind you, that is moon math. I haven't ran a Fibonacci on this bad boy to see which way it can go. If we activate the EMA ribbon on this sucker, you can see that we are still a little bit bearish, which is badass, bro. And I'm hoping it does retrace down here to this 200 EMA or this box of support, which is a value of about 11 cents, dude. But right now is not a bad time to DCA, monkeys. I think it is at a great value. Let's activate the Bollinger Bands on this mother fricker. And you can see that we're still within the first standard deviation. It does want to come up over here to this 20 moving average, and I'm hoping it retraces back down here, and it does make contact with at least 11 cents, or possibly this white line over here of about 11 cents and 22% of a penny, if anything. Crow is at a fabulous freaking price, and I think it is at a good value. Now, mind you, Crypto.com does give you a lot of incentives, especially if you end up getting their freaking debit cards. And they give you points and shit, but you got to end up locking up your Crow for like 4 months, dude. I wouldn't really advise that. And I think you get free Netflix or some other shit. You get like you get to stay at a certain place. If you fly a lot, you get to stay at a certain lounge at the airport. I forgot what the name of it was. You know what I'm saying? But I really wouldn't lock it up, man. I'd really take advantage of freaking Crow as it does go up. Now, where would I DCA out of Crow if it was me, man? Me personally, I would possibly DCA around anywhere of this area of about, I would say at least up over here at about 64 cents when I would DCA out. But I'd probably start DCAing out a little bit harder if I'm feeling degen, at least at about 88 cents ballpark, man. That's when I would start to DCA out. Of course, not my entire bag. I would do small portions at a time, bro. Take my freaking profits as it does come out. Let's check this sucker on the weekly. Let's see what the sucker entails on the weekly, son. Now, you guys can see that Crow, of course, it looked bearish on the daily, but on the weekly, this motherfucker looks bullish as fuck. And if you guys look at this shit right here, you see that you have a little bit of a freaking descending wedge going. Let me see if I can grab my drawing tool here for you cats so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. And it comes up this way, and you got a little bit of an ascending wedge, which usually entails that you start pumping to the upside. First area of resistance would possibly be here at about 15 cents before we come up over here to about 21 cents, bro. So those are areas we do have as resistance to the upside. Of course, let's see what the market entails. Since we did freaking bring all these damn data points back up and all these drawings back up, let's see how it looks with the EMA ribbon on the weekly. And on the weekly, it's somewhat bullish, man. And you could see it's riding the top portion of the EMA ribbon. So, and you could even see that the 200 EMA is right under the current value that we are now. So when you monkeys end up seeing this shit, that on the daily, it's bearish, but on the weekly, it's bullish. Usually what that entails is that we're probably going to dip for a couple more days, and then we're going to end up running to the upside pretty damn hard, because on the weekly, it is pretty damn, it is pretty bullish, if anything. So food for thought, monkeys. This is at a great value. I did buy some Phantom recently on Crypto.com, and I got it off the exchange. It wasn't that expensive, but I don't know if it's still an ERC20 like it used to be back in the day, man, back in 2021, because I think they migrated over to the Chronos chain. So I don't know on which chain it's on if you buy it on Crypto.com. So you may want to get the DeFi wallet from Crypto.com. And if you end up sending your freaking Crow somewhere, because of course we don't want to keep coins on exchanges, I would send it to that wallet. But other than that, man, I think if you buy it on Crypto.com, it's ERC20 based. Of course, I mean, not Crypto.com, Coinbase. But quote me on that. Do your research, man. I don't want you cats to end up selling your entire freaking Crow tokens to your wallet And then hey, Boogie told me to do this shit. Nah, homie. Make sure you send 1 or 2 fucking tokens at a time, bro. So you don't end up getting wrecked, making sure that transaction worked and finding out which chain it's on. You know what I'm saying? So that token is at a freaking great value. Let's see what the freaking chat is saying, man. Damien, Phantom and Boo are pumping hard right now. Yes, they are, man. They're doing pretty damn great. My homie Crypto Sloth, great analysis. Large and in charge, you made it. Hey, I'm glad you're here, homie. I'm glad you're here. Shout out to you, dog. And then Smooth Brain, I'll nerd it up with you. Love the info on the hardware, though. Hey, no problemo, man. No problemo. And yes, I agree with Large and in charge. I got 25 people here viewing my channel. I would like to get 25 likes on my video because this shit motivates me to keep bringing you guys alpha on freaking certain pieces of equipment, alpha on fragrances, and of course, alpha on doggone freaking crypto. Now, I wish I could consistently get you alpha on these bad boys, but of course, freaking YouTube is not freaking friendly to that shit, especially on a live stream. So it is what it is, and we work with what we got, man. You know what I'm saying? Since I can't really do weapons reviews, hey, it's okay to do freaking knives reviews of anything, man. If you guys don't know, and of course, going outside of the realm of crypto a little bit, usually, I've seen incidents where individuals, especially police officers, man, there's tons of videos and data on this shit, especially on, I think, Rumble. You'll see police officers get into a scuffle, bro, with a cat with a knife. I don't literally mean a cat, an individual with a knife, bro. And a lot of times cops don't win because a knife within 20 yards or 20 feet can do a lot more damage than a handgun can. Because I've heard stories, man, where police officers and Marines, bro, they freaking pump their opponent full of freaking rounds, 2-3 rounds in their opponent, and these cats still keep charging forward, man. It doesn't automatically, unless you shoot them like right in the freaking head, and the dudes with knives end up doing a lot more damage, bro. So learning how to fight with a knife is something that I would be a huge advocate of. Now, I have no knife fighting experience. I think once my crypto bags pump a little bit more, I'd like to take some classes on freaking knife fighting. I know the Filipino culture has a lot of that shit, especially with balisongs and butterflies and stuff like that, butterfly knives. I think it's a great area to freaking visit as far as self-defense goes. I mean, I'm a big-time freaking gun nut when I go to the range, bro. And I also like boxing. I think one area that I am lacking is learning how to use a freaking knife. Especially if you're expatting, bro, and the foreign country you're in lets you carry a knife. There's certain states in Mexico that do let you carry knives, like Nuevo León. You can carry a knife over there, but you can't carry a knife in Tamaulipas, and it fluctuates from state to state, if anything. You know what I'm saying? So enough ranting about that shit, cats. Let's see what we got, man. Let's see what we got here, bro. Let's see what we got. Let's see what the freaking chat is entailing. I think I saw somebody mention something interesting here. Yeah, son. So let's move on to the next token, and that is going to be ILV. And you know what the fucked up thing is with ILV, bro? Shit. Yesterday, I was looking at ILV, and I was like, dude, we're on day 13 of its 20-day cycle. And we ended up dipping down here to about $77. And I was like, dude, usually on 20-day cycles, bro, we end up hitting a bottom around day 14. But of course, we had a fucking anomaly, bro. And we ended up dipping here on day 13, bro. I was like, damn it, bro. I was going to wait for today to buy some ILV. And we ended up getting this damn GigaChat freaking, not a GigaChat candle, but this bullish engulfing candle. I am hoping that we run all the way to day 21, which would be around May 22nd. And we do make contact with this point here of about $70. Now, mind you, I don't really think it's going to do that way. It's going to go that way. It does seem like we are pumping. Mind you, $85 is not a bad price for Illuvium. Now, I know you cats know that I'm trying to get you freaking data on tokens that are really cheap right now. But on average, bro, Illuvium's been running at about $90 to $120. So still $85 is not a bad place to DCA. If you feel that freaking you want to get it lower, bro, and you got some FOMO, usually one of the ways that I do things, let's say I got about $1,000 and I want to drop it into the market and I've got some freaking FOMO, I'll go ahead and drop $250 immediately off the bat to get rid of that FOMO, and I've got still freaking $750 to go. So I can continue DCAing into the market, if anything. So food for thought, cats. It is at a great value. Let's see what it's looking like with the EMA ribbon And a lot like the other tokens, you could see that we are somewhat bearish. We even have the 200 EMA within the EMA ribbon, and the EMA ribbon is red on the top side, if anything. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the sucker looks like on the weekly. From what I'm seeing here, this looks like a bearish, like a doggone bear flag, because I'm seeing this GigaChat candle to the downside, and I'm seeing this trend down this way. So let's see what this bad boy looks like on the weekly, if anything, man. On the weekly, not so much, man. Let's see what it looks like with the EMA ribbon. Turn this sucker on. We still got areas to fight to the top side, but the EMA ribbon in itself is bullish. So we may end up dipping to the downside a couple more days, hopefully, bro. So hopefully we do end up dipping a little bit more. I like being a bear because I do like to buy. And this is back on the daily. Let's turn all these freaking drawings back up. And as you guys can see, we'll probably end up dipping for a couple more days, or maybe one more day. Maybe we'll reverse this fucking green candle and bring it back to the downside. Maybe get the sucker at a 16-day fucking 20-day cycle, man. That'd be pretty damn gangster, if anything. Let's see what it looks like with the Bollinger Bands. And on the Bollinger Bands, we do have room to travel to the second standard deviation of about $69. I don't think that'll happen in the immediate time frame, but $71 is a possibility. But I would not lose the opportunity of getting it at the value that it's at now. At least that's the way I would do it, if anything, man. So food for thought, cats. Food for freaking thought. You know what I'm saying? So back to the chat. We got my homie Damien here saying, what is your opinion on the Glock 30? They just dropped the Gen 5. Let's bring that sucker up, man. Why not, right? Why the frick not, son? Let's see what Glock 30. Glocks are usually pretty damn squared away, bro. And they are consistently reliable. And I am a big fan of Gen 5 Glocks because they don't have the finger grooves of anything. Now, let me show this to you cats right here. Glock 30. I hope you have some strong freaking arms and you are a Jedi shooter, if anything, man. Because if you look at Glock freaking 30, bro, it is a 45 ACP, man. Good luck fucking paying $40, bro, for defense ammo, or $60 for defense ammo. And one of the things that I don't like about this Glock, you see that you've got two finger grooves right here, but you're missing the third one. And mind you, if you're doing Gen 5, this is going to be flat. But whenever you have your pinky loose, man, and you're running a pistol, and the pistol is running something strong, like the 45 ACP, bro, you're going to have a lot of difficulties with control, bro. So you're going to have to get that magazine, a regular Glock 21 magazine, inserted in that sucker, and make sure it's got that extra grip on there so you can end up controlling the recoil a little bit better, man. And because it is shorter, bro, you're going to have to lock out your arms a little bit more whenever you're shooting that weapon because recoil is going to be fucking epic. Me, on the other hand, I'm a big freaking proponent of freaking 9mm. Don't get me wrong, 45 is a hell of a freaking round. I love the fact that it is from the factory subsonic, meaning that it travels at about 800 to about 1,000 feet per second, which is still under the sound barrier, bro. And if you put a suppressor on there, it is still kind of quiet, especially if you drop a little bit of water inside the suppressor, dude. That shit is mouse fart, if anything, man. I would go with a 9 instead, man. 9 instead. I'm a big fan of the Glock Model 45. No, that is not a 45 caliber. It is a 9mm. And the badass thing about that, it's got a Glock 17 frame, but it's got a Glock 19 slide. So whenever you freaking conceal carry it, you still get full grip on the motherfricker, dude. And I like the Generation 5 on the Glock 45 because it's got no finger grooves. So it's a lot quicker to grasp, especially if you're freaking drawing it from a holster, of anything, man. And then I have a Gen 4 Glock 30. I want to get a 19 Gen 5 or a Glock 17. Hey, man, you've already got a concealable pistol, which is the Glock 30. So I would go with the 19, man, because I would go with the 17 because you've already got a concealable one. The Glock 17 is a full-size Glock, if anything, man. So just go with the 17, homie. You'll be good. Go with the Gen 5 too. Some of the MOS models are pretty damn cool, bro, because you can end up mounting a freaking optic on there. Just make sure you get those higher suppressor sights, bro, because if that optic goes down, you've always got your irons back there. Majority of engagements that do happen, as far as as far as freaking altercations is usually in the evening, bro. So you need to have a good set of night sights. Meprolite makes some good shit. Of course, you cats know Trigicon's good too, man. Yeah, get rid of the regular factory Glock sights, if anything, man, and get some freaking tritium. That's a good way to go. All right, moving on to the next token. Since we've already covered a little bit of IOV, we've got none other than motherfucking Pulse Chain. Let's see what Pulse Chain entails, man. Now, dude, the Hex community, bro, has been moaning big time, bro, because Pulse Chain has dipped pretty hard, bro. And the FUD is strong in freaking Pulse Chain. Current value is about 4 zeros and a 6071. If we were to drop about $100, okay, here you can tell you can get about 1 million Pulse Chain for about $60.71. If we were to drop $100 on Pulse Chain right now, you're talking about what, 1.6 million Pulse Chain? So it's not at a bad value right now, man. Currently we are at about day 13 of its 20-day cycle. Now, if I zoom in a little bit more, you can see that Pulse Chain did pop up over here at about, what day was that, man? That was day 3. Sorry about that, cats. Those are my doggos, bro, going crazy with a freaking ambulance that's passing by. So day 3 did pop up. And that's probably the high we got for the cycle, which entails we're probably going to continue dipping to the downside. It would not surprise me if Pulse Chain does come down here to this area of support of about 4 zeros and a 5-4, bro. So that would be a great area to get Pulse Chain at. And you could tell that, let me turn off all these drawings, that we do have a decent amount of support right here, bro, in this area over here. So let's see what this sucker looks like on the freaking weekly, if anything. Let me pull up the freaking Pulse Chain chart on the weekly and see what that entails. Vamos a ver. Let's see what Pulse Chain entails, son. Vamos a ver. I think I got it here. Go.pulse.com, son. Boom, click on this. And it's setting up the chart. And we do have this bad boy on the weekly. Let me turn off all these freaking drawings and the Bollinger Bands as well. You can see that where our current value is at, man. We did break past this area of support over here on the weekly from these two candles, and it does seem we are starting to visit these two candles down here of about 4 zeros and a 5830. If we break past that, the area of support we have past that point would be these two candles down here, which would be about 4 zeros and a 4740. Now, I know a lot of Hexicans don't want to freaking hear that shit, bro. I would love for it to retrace down here, bro. Dude, that shit happens, bro. I am buying a shitload of freaking Pulse Chain, not to mention Fame, son. Fame is probably one of the tokens that I'm probably going to hit up the hardest. Why? Because Richard endorsed it, and because they've got a lot of freaking utility with their tokens, especially with PHUX and all the other ones, man. LP's up the yin yang too. So that's what Pulse Chain is entailing. And I would start DCing right now, if anything. All right, next tool of the day, man, is another freaking poker knife. And I'm a big fan of Balisongs, and that's this sucker here, bro. Yep. And it's got, one of the things I really like about this one, man, is that it's got those G10 composite grips. And you also get that freaking, that doggone pocket clip. Let me see if I can pull up this freaking value of this knife. It's called the Balisong G10 Small D2. So let's check this sucker out, man. Yes, I know, man. I'm corny. I guess I'm from the 80s, son. I'm still a big fan of freaking Balisongs or butterfly knives. $69.95. Of course, check with your local state laws to see if you can carry this bad boy, if anything. It's retarded, bro. These are not more dangerous than your conventional pocket knife, and it takes a longer time to deploy these bad boys, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I got this bad boy for about $65. Of course, my homie works at the freaking at the lumber yard, so he got me a badass freaking deal on this sucker. And I love these freaking Balisong knives, bro. Believe it or not. And as far as it holding both freaking handles together, you can see that it's got that small component right there. And if you squeeze it together, you can see that it kind of pops off a little bit. Know what I mean? So that is the second piece of equipment of the day. Now, the next tool we do, not the next tool, But the next thing we are going to talk about, because this channel also covers a lot of fragrances. Now, this fragrance is freaking off the chain, man. And it's one of my favorite, from one of my favorite houses. And this is Amouage. And I'm sure you guys can see the box looks pretty damn fancy. It's called, and they cite something like the Gift of Kings. And the fragrance that I'm rocking, especially since we're approaching the summer months, and especially if you cats are out there in Vegas, you know it's going to be freaking hot, or down here in Texas. And the name of this fragrance is Amouage Beach Hut Man. Pull this sucker out here, man. It is a super fancy freaking case, bro. Now, what notes am I getting off this freaking fragrance, bro? Off the bat, in the opening, I get like an herbal note, man. Kind of like an herbal tea. But then it evolves into mint, and I'm getting a lot of, I think the proper term for that freaking ingredient is called galbanum. And if we go over here to Fragrantica, you can see the notes that it does rock, man. And it says Beach Hut Man by Amouage is a woody aromatic fragrance for men. Beach Hut Man was launched in 2017. The notes behind this fragrance is Elise Benat. Top notes are mint, galbanum, and orange blossom. Middle notes are ivy, vetiver, and moss. Base notes are woody notes, myrrh, and patchouli. I do definitely love this fragrance. When I was rocking this bad boy, I got about 4 or 5 compliments, man, off the bat. My homie wanted to eat at Hooters. I got freaking a compliment from 2 chicks there. Then I went over to the gun shop, and my boy's like, "Hey, dog, that's a badass freaking fragrance you're rocking, man. Which one is it?" And I told him which one it was. And then I went over to my freaking job site, and I also got a fragrance for one of the secretaries there, man. Now, if you guys can look at the cap, it is magnetic. And, dude, this shit lasts on your skin for at least about 6 to 8 hours. If you put it on your clothes, it will last for days. I was rocking this shirt a couple days ago, man, with this fragrance on, and it still got the scent of this freaking fragrance. Now, the only setback about this sucker, man, is that I'd recommend you don't buy it yet. The reason I say that, because I'd rather you cats put this shit in Illuvium, man, or another crypto. If you go to Joma Shop, you can get it for about $180. If you buy it from conventional retailers, it's at least $310. Now, after I bought this sucker, man, dude, I went over to Facebook Marketplace and I saw it for freaking $60, dude, because some cats can't move their fragrances and they got a shitload of them, if anything. So, dude, I could have gotten it there for cheaper, bro. So if you guys don't have a Facebook account and you're big time frag heads, go over to Fragrance Marketplace, join that group, bro, and you'll get some badass discounts. Now, the dope thing about that freaking Facebook page as well is that people don't really price gouge, because it's socially enforced not to price gouge within that Facebook page. Usually cats go end up and dropping their fragrances there, bro. For the reason being that they can't sell any of them, so they end up selling them at a value cheaper than what they got it at, or at least at the value that they paid for it, if anything. You know what I'm saying? We got my amigo here, Make Money. Laugh out loud, dude. You're funny. Yeah, man. Hey, dude, I love my ballad songs, homie. Yeah, I'm from the 80s, dog. I can't help it. I love freaking butterfly knives. And I'm Mexican, bro. Mexicans love their freaking butterfly knives, man. Mexicans and freaking Filipinos. You know us, man. We love our freaking cuchillos, dude. Let's see what else we got. Final token of the day is none other than motherfreaking Fame, son. And I was hoping, dude. I was motherfreaking hoping, bro. Fame was going to come back down here to about 20 freaking cents, bro. And on day 11, it got down here to a value of about 23 cents flat. I was like, dude, I was waiting for it to come down here to 20 cents, if anything, dude. And you could tell that we're starting to pop to the upside. I'm hoping that Pulse Chain dumps a little bit more so Fame can follow fucking suit and we can get it here down at 20 cents. Tell you one thing, man. This bad boy comes back down here, bro, to about freaking 23 cents. I'm going to start DCAing again into this bad boy, man. I am a huge fan of freaking Fame. One of the reasons is because Richard endorsed it. Now, let me take off all these drawings and let's see what it looks like on the weekly. And on the weekly, it does still seem weak, and it does still seem like we could come down here to about 20 cents and 59% of a penny. I'm hoping it does that shit. If we activate our Bollinger Bands, dude, I don't really like counting this data. It says here that we can come down to 7 cents. And you could tell that if I activate all these moving averages, bro, they're way above the current value right now. Let's go back to the daily. So on the daily, we are only holding up that area of the 10-day moving average, and you can see that it's slightly under the current candle we're at right now. It's that purple line that you guys can see right there. You know what I'm saying? So if we were to drop $100 on Fame right now, what would we get? $100 for Fame, we would get about 398 Fame, if anything, man. So it's not at a bad price right now. Current value is about 25 cents, dude. Still at a great price to DCA. If you guys don't have any Fame and you've already got your PulseX bags freaking packed, you got your Pulse Chain bags packed, you got your incentive token bags packed, or you don't have enough of those, this could be a little bit of the portion of your portfolio where you could DCA into and use this sucker to end up freaking DCAing back into PulseX, Pulse Chain, or incentive, if anything, cats. So food for freaking thought. It is at a great value. And if it does come back down to 23 cents, bro, I am dropping a lot of dinero as fast as I can. Of course, I'm hoping that it does come down to 20 cents so I can get a little bit more. Now, mind you, cats, none of this shit is financial advice. I see approximately 130 people reviewing this channel, man. Make sure you cats like this video. That motivates me to keep bringing you freaking data on crypto, freaking equipment, and also fragrances. Make sure you guys also subscribe to the channel. I do have a channel on Instagram, US_crypto_boogie. I'm also on Twitter at US_crypto_boogie. Same thing on YouTube, and on Rumble, I'm crypto_boogie. All the links are at the bottom of the video. Again, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. I will be back here tomorrow with Mr. Angry Twinkie to drop some alpha on you cats with some of that fundamental analysis mixed in with some of my freaking doggone technical analysis. And keep an eye out. Make sure you guys continue following my channel because we may end up having a stream, myself, Twinksters, and motherfucking Black Label Expat, and so we could drop some major alpha on you monkeys. So I will catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.